welcome back to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Yep, right there. Go ahead and push that button so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. And you don't want to miss it because we're going to have some great conversations. I said on last night, men have to understand. I think that we have this false narrative that when we get married, that she is going to be the same. Her body is going to be the same. Her vagina is going to be the same. Her breasts are we have this negative or this false narrative that she is going to be the same. The 45-year-old me is not who I was at 18. I don't even know her. I don't remember who I was at 18. Who my body was at 18, the way my body felt at 18. Yeah, I don't even remember. So I think that men have to realize, but here's the thing. Not only are we changing, you men are changing too.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Yeah. So give us the benefit of the doubt.
We ain't stepping off, going off, and be ready to kill y'all.
But men have menopause as well. But so I think it's unfair when the man, it's different. But every woman doesn't respond the same to menopause. Every woman doesn't have hot flashes. Every woman doesn't have anxiety and depression. Everybody's symptoms are different because everybody is different. Some people have early menopause. So I had a hysterectomy in 2009, a total hysterectomy where my cervix and my uterus was removed. And that kicks you into early menopause. But because my doctor didn't inform me that I was going to need hormone replacement. My doctor didn't tell me, oh, in a few years, your body's going to change. That's why it's important for us to go to doctors who, and I hope y'all hear me and hear my heart, it's important for us to go to doctors that look like us. Because they downplay, for some reason, especially the Black woman, they downplay our symptoms. They feel like we can bear more pain than anybody else, so then they downplay our pain. So when I had this hysterectomy, my doctor didn't say, you're going to lose your hormones, you're going to go crazy. Like, it was never a discussion until I started to go crazy and I started to do the research trying to find the answers for myself. Don't look like that. Trying to find the answer.
No, I think this stuff. I just like when you admit stuff too, because you was going crazy.
Yeah, and I still have crazy spells, but I just recently did a thing where I'm getting ready to get that under control. So it's just important that you go to a doctor that is going to pay attention to what you are saying about your body. You know better than anybody else does about your body. They can only diagnose according to what you tell them. So be honest. A lot of times women don't be honest because it can be embarrassing when you talk about vaginal drama.
They got a question. Mike say, during menopause, do you have to transform into a no-limit soldier? We understand a little fussing, but good Lord, I'm like Mike. I'm like Mike for real.
Yeah.
See, because okay, but here's the other thing on the flip side, lady. We gotta have some balance now. Are you trying to tell? Let's don't use this as no excuse though. If you know you're going crazy, now you gotta pull some of that back though. Now, because you gotta pull some of that back because don't nobody want to hear that.
And I think it goes back to the scenario that I just gave. If you're going through dementia or Alzheimer's, I can't tell you to pull that back. I can't say you remember. You remember. You know who I am. I can't tell you to pull that back if that's an actual sickness. So you think like it's a side effect. It's what happens when your body is chemically imbalanced. And there is nothing that you can do to control that. We try not to be mean. So we lock ourselves in the restroom so we don't go off on anybody. and we go into the closet and stay for hours, or we go into our room and we stay for hours. So that is our way of dealing with.
You run away for hours. You just run to the next room and lock the door and hope don't nobody come knock on it.
Yeah. So whatever you have to do to get through it. But I'm just saying we have to make it, we have to normalize it. Because again, this is not a conversation that I had coming up. We had plenty of YPWW and BTU. If you was Baptist, I wasn't Baptist, I was Church of God in Christ. We had YPWW about all these different conversations. Nobody ever sat down and said, listen, your body is going to change. Nobody said that.
Why do you think? Well, I knew for your case, but let me ask this. Is it common for young women like you to have, well, I knew your case, but is it just common that young women will have hysterectomies and all that kind of stuff that leads them into this?
Yeah, it depends on the situation. So if you have, so I have to have a hysterectomy because I had fibroid tumors, and they were, I had so many of them. Right. And so I had very heavy menstrual cycles, and they would last for like weeks at a time. And like, it was horrible. And one day I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, had I not come in when I did, I would probably be dead, because I was losing so much blood. So I had to have a hysterectomy. So yes, it is common for different female issues that will cause you to have the hysterectomy. Some people have a partial.
So this just don't happen because a woman might say, "Oh, I want to just have this done."
A hysterectomy?
If they don't have that done, when does menopause start?
So menopause, and again, it happens different for everybody. Some people, even with everything intact, without a hysterectomy, some people can go into pre-menopause, and that can happen in your late 20s, early 30s. Some people start in their late 30s, early 40s. Like, it just depends. Everybody is different. But, and then some people don't even have menopause, or like Sister McNeil was talking about, and she's on here, how she's never experienced menopause. Just because she hasn't doesn't mean that she never will. Maybe she never will. Not everybody will experience it, and everybody's experience will be different. Somebody, you may not have hot flashes. Somebody else may not have vaginal dryness. Somebody else may not. I mean, their symptoms can be very minimal. So everybody is different. So, but it's something that we definitely need to talk about. And again, I think I was just, why I'm so adamant and so, not emotional, but just so, I guess I am emotional about the situation, because I wish someone would have told me. I thought my 18-year-old body was going to be 18 forever. I mean, I knew I was changing, or I was going to grow older, but I didn't know that that literally meant that my lady parts was going to grow older, and she was going to change, and she was going to have her own mind, her own will, and her own desires. Like, nobody told me that. So I wish that this was a conversation, and I feel like people don't, especially church people, we don't talk about this because we feel like it's not holy, or like, I don't know, like in some kind of way, we're not representing Christ when we talk about these type of issues. But we need to know more than just shouting. And yes, we need to shout, we need to pray, we need to speak in tongues, but I need you to tell me how to live a healthy life while I'm here on earth. I need you to tell me what to expect, so when that happens, I can have the conversation with my husband. Like, so we didn't have a conversation because I didn't know what to tell you. I didn't know how to
you
say.
just this up on me just out the blue, that you
Yeah.
just kind of start admitting why you're crazy, and then I'm like, girl, you've been crazy for years, and here you is trying to come up talking about some menopause. So yeah, I wasn't trying to hear that, because I mean, this kind of been going on for some years, but
And
yeah, I
again,
kind of understand.
it can last as
No.
long as
You got to take care of by now.
Huh?
No, I thought you said you was better now.
No, but I'm saying, you're saying I've been crazy for years, and I'm saying menopause can last So I could have been going through menopause and just didn't know it. But I just want us to have conversations. I want, first of all, the men to make the women feel comfortable to have the conversation. So don't blow us
Well,
off.
well, we're not trying to blow you off. We're just trying to. We have to look at it from this standpoint too. Well, for me, I'll let the other men do what they do, but I'm just gonna say for me, I don't mind having the conversation, but sometimes, y'all got to warm us up to these conversations. Y'all just be hey, we're going to talk about menopause. Our girl gets old. She changes. She's doing tricks and stuff. Y'all looking like,
But listen though,
we all
we don't get a notification. We don't get a notification. We don't.
You gotta take us slow. You gotta. I mean, y'all flip out and spaz out without giving us information, and so we just our response. Just being honest, our response is not going to be like you're going to be. We just now hearing this just like y'all are hearing it. So did nobody tell the men y'all women gonna be tripping when they get 30? Y'all got to get ready, get your mind ready. When you had a hysterectomy, everybody was telling me, woo, get ready, Pastor. Things going to be great. It's going to be off the chain. And then that thing went from off the chain to I was like.
No chain at all. It was no chain at all.
This lady is bipolar. She got a bipolar spirit. She's schizophrenic. Something is wrong with her. And I'm trying not to put her out this house because something going on with her. So, we got to balance that out. Y'all just can't expect us to be, we just going to be understanding right off the bat. No, just like y'all learning, we learning.
But can I say this?
So we got it.
Can I say this? I think that when you...
Wait a minute. We got to address it. Hold on before you go there. Because everybody keep talking about, this is why this conversation here was a little too much for me. Everybody say they don't get notification when men parts don't work anymore.
Yeah.
Hold on, but that's a little different.
That's not different.
Hold on. Yes, it is. Men parts don't work, but they don't be going off. There ain't nobody going off because his part don't work. There ain't nobody mad because he's saying, I can't even, I don't know what to say. I just feel like I'm just so.
When you say ain't nobody mad, what do you mean ain't nobody mad?
I mean, the men ain't coming out about, look, girl, it ain't working right now. Ain't nobody about to kill y'all. It's just, hey, well, I don't know for everybody else. You just got to know the reasonings and you share those reasonings why it don't work. Hey, look here. They put me on this high blood pressure medicine and yeah.
Okay. So yes, y'all don't go off and be yelling, oh, it ain't working. But what happens though, even though y'all don't go off and y'all shut down, because there is a little bit, and I don't know, I'm speaking in general. Men tend to shut down when they go through erectile dysfunction. That's what it's called. It's the proper terminology. They shut down because it messes with their ego. It messes with, so they shut down. So no, you may not be running through the house yelling and screaming and going off, but there is still a battle within you. So for me, what happened for me, I felt like my body betrayed me. And that's the only way I can explain it. Because I knew my body was the one thing that I could trust. It was mine. So I knew how to control it. I knew how to control my emotions. I knew that if I kept my lady parts clean, she was going to be clean because it was my body. So when it started falling apart and when she started doing what she wanted to, I felt betrayed. I was like, listen, there's this battle going on between me and my lady parts, and she is winning. Yeah. So you feel like you feel like your body betrays you. And when you feel betrayed by the one thing that you thought that you could always depend on, that messes with your mind. So I'm saying it's a whole nother something else. It is the hot flashes and those things, but it's also mental. And if we don't get a hold on that, It brings a weight on your marriage and your relationships if you can't communicate effectively. And I couldn't tell Pastor what was going on with me. I was like, listen, so I don't know what's wrong with me. My and we don't want it, y'all don't really want to talk about it because I'm the one for it. Because I will really talk to you about it. And Pastor will be so embarrassed. But I will talk about it. And I'm just grateful that God allowed me to go through it because I ain't scared to say the vaginal dryness, like you be dry as the desert. And when you go through vaginal dryness and you're trying to have sexual relationship with your husband, it's painful. So the painfulness of intercourse makes you not want to have intercourse, but you can't explain what's going on. All your husband knows is you don't want to have sex. But you too embarrassed to say, well, listen, it's dry and it's painful. So you just turn over and you play like you sick, or you try to go to sleep. I mean, like it
Is that
really,
what you was doing? You was playing sick.
I'm telling y'all,
You need to repent, Lady B.
this might be too much for y'all. So I'm gonna
You know,
digress.
but